Oh my goodness gracious. What's happening, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Leo, and welcome to the bird section. Oh! Got a lot to talk about. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure everything's on the up and up right now because I gotta make sure that I got all my stuff together. And I don't because my camera's frozen. What is going on with the camera? All right, here we go. Okay, we're good. I don't know, y'all. Something's up with my camera. I can't figure it out, but we'll get it together at some point. Anywho. Anyway, so do your man's a favor. You know what I'm saying? Please hit that like and subscribe button as you come in. You know, that's the tip jar. You know what I mean? So that right there lets me know that y'all really rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? And you like what I'm bringing. I hope my one of the biggest things that I hope is that you don't feel like it's a waste of time because you could be anywhere right now, but you're here with me right now, even at this very moment, and it's not even live. Okay, so thank you. Now, what's going on? All right, y'all know what it is. We got the Giants. You know, we got the New York Football Giants coming up this weekend. Okay, so where are we with that? Okay, well, we all know 2 weeks ago we lost to the Giants, 34-17. You know, that felt like that was Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo introducing themselves quite violently to the fan base, to our fan base. I'll be honest with you. I really thought it was going to be a given that we were just going to win the game, you know, blah, 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 blah. Boy, was I wrong, you know. And that's okay because, listen, you know, you're going to make those kinds of mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And if there was ever a time where the making that kind of mistake with minimum collateral damage, that was it. Because that weekend, that the 2 weeks ago, when the Giants beat us, the Dallas Cowboys lost, and so did the Washington Commanders. So, in regards to standings within the division and in the conference period, you know what I'm saying, nothing moved. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really move too much. You know, we're still number one in the division, you know, and we're still one of the top teams in the conference as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're still in the running for that top seed. You know, there's only one team who has a better record than the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's the Indianapolis Colts, and they're in the AFC, and they're 6-1. So again, you know, you kind of like, you know, we're 5-2 at this point, with a lot to figure out, you know, and so and here's the thing: I said that we were, you know, this team is due for an offensive explosion. I think that this might be that game. I think that this is the game that Saquon is going to go to fuck off. For real. I think this is going to be the Saquon game. Last weekend, it was the A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith game, you know, where we, you know, because Jaden was 19 for 23, you know, with a 300 and something yards of passing. He had the perfect quarterback rating. There's only two quarterbacks in the division who have ever had a perfect QB rating, and that's now Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. In total, there's only been 86 people who have ever got 86 quarterbacks who've ever obtained a perfect QB rating, and so, you know, the fact that, you know, one has already got one of those within the first 6 years of his career, you know, I like the way this kid is progressing. You know, again, things to do, lot of things to clean up, a lot of things we got to do. But at the same time, you know, I like this, the fact that there's so much more that needs to be built upon. Shout out to Brandon Graham, who's coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles in the time of need. You know, I'll say this, morale from a morale standpoint and a boost in the locker room. Glad to have BG back. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have him back. You know, can't. I just don't have a whole lot of expectations from him. just because he's older now. So whatever we can get out of him, what I'm saying, I'm happy, but just from a morale standpoint and keeping the team, the guys, happy and everything like that. Glad to have BG back, especially on the defense, because he can help with those guys getting themselves together. N'Kobe's back. Shout out to N'Kobe Dean, for making it back from injury. He's doing his thing. And then, we're figuring out how to get, N'Kobe, Jahad Campbell, and Zach Bond on the field together. Maybe put Zach Bond in that pass rushing scenario alongside BG as well. Eventually, Nolan will be back. Maybe by the end of this, maybe by the time the bye week comes. Jacorian Bennett looks like he's coming back. So there's a very real possibility he could push, and if he gets back on the field anytime soon, whatever, there goes the DB2 position right there. That's been shaky between Adoree and Keeley. Give it, put it in Jacorian Bennett's hands and see what we do, because he did good the last few times we had him, especially in the preseason. Loving the way Jalen Carter has made his presence known too. There was talk about him being out of shape because Vic Fangio said he wasn't in shape and everything like that. And last weekend against Minnesota, he showed his ass that, okay, here you go. And how's this for not in shape? And made his presence known. Ask Carson how he feel. You know what I'm saying? It did. I want to say shout out to Jordan Davis too for just hanging in there, man, being that consummate professional and being consistent. You know what I'm saying? So, things are, like this is that part where, the team looks like it could start to heat up, or it could you start to see the setup, the beginnings of how the team can start to heat up and everything like that. Not concerned with Saquon and his lack of yards as of yet. And let me tell you why I'm not that concerned. I'm not that concerned as of yet, only because teams are obviously scheming to stop Saquon. Okay. We're just going to stop Saquon. Okay. That's really what it is. I don't think that Saquon's hurt. I also think that the O-line is a bit banged up. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing is that they don't have a problem. They're not banged up to where they can't give a good pocket, a good passing pocket, hence why Jalen is doing so well. Okay. But when it comes to the actual running, you know what I'm saying? You don't see a whole lot of plays where the offensive line is pulling. And so that right there will probably be the thing. It's the way the O line is being used. And that's up to Kevin Patullo and maybe even Kevin Patullo and Jeff Stoutland to figure that shit out. Okay. But we'll see. I just think that I think that Saquon's going to start seeing them yards, them big chunk yards that he's accustomed to seeing. I don't think they're going to reveal themselves until after the bye week. You know what I'm saying? When running the ball, because at the second half of the season, running the ball becomes harder for some teams and easier for others, only because teams begin to wear down. We haven't even gotten started yet. You know what I'm saying? With the running of the ball. And everyone knows that. Everyone who watches the Philadelphia Eagles right now knows that we are not running the ball like we're accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? So that part right there, I do find to be, very, 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 very interesting. That being said, I'm trying to think what else is there, because there's so much, y'all. I mean, there's so much. Again, like I said, I really think that this will be the game where we see that offensive explosion that I've been predicting that we're due for, and I think for Saquon as well. And then Jalen's doing his thing. Defense is, with BG coming back, and then Nolan be back later on this month. Corey Bennett. Oh, O-line, yeah. Cam Jurgens. Ugh. Yes, Cam Jurgens. Okay, so Cam Jurgens got rolled up on last week, so we'll see how that's looking with Landon Dickerson. I think he might be he might be limited. I think he may go, but then again, if they can hold him off until after the bye week, that'd be great too. and get some of these other guys, maybe bring up some of the guys from the practice squad. Not sure, but yeah, and again, y'all, if y'all watching, please hook me up. Hit that like button, y'all. For real. I need that. I need to get this algorithm going. I need to get these subs up. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already done so by now, please hit that subscribe button. Hook me up, please. That's my tip jar. I need that. All right. But I think that when you look at the way folks, we got guys coming off of injury or coming back from injury over the next 2 weeks, and I'm including during the bye week as well. And then you're gonna have guys who are sore, probably use the bye week for treatment and such. Coming off the bye week, that's gonna be a pretty rough stretch right there, because we have Green Bay and we have Detroit. And listen, matter of fact, we got Green Bay, Detroit, and Dallas. 1, 2, 3. Those first 3 games coming off the bye. Those would be the games where we need to be in our heated up moment. Like, we really need to be. It has to be obvious we are and who we figure shit out. The after the bye week is the team. This is who we. So we have 3, 6, 9. Damn. Damn. We got Detroit, we got Dallas, we got Chicago, we got the Chargers, we got the Raiders, and we got Buffalo and DC twice. God damn. Huh. If we can get to 6-2, and then so we have 9 games after the bye. Wow, those are going to be that's going to be a pretty tough stretch there. That's going to be and here's the thing. I'm looking at the rest of the schedule, everybody. So this is what I'm thinking, right? And when I say the rest of the schedule, I'm talking about the rest of the schedule after the bye. Okay. I don't think just I don't think I think all right, so we have 8 games, 8 teams we got to play, 9 games, but one of those teams we got to see twice, right? So of the 8 teams that are left, which is Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas, Chicago, the Chargers, and Washington, and the Raiders. I do not think that and Buffalo. Yeah, I do not think that any of those teams are better. I think they're all good. I think including Dallas. I think they're all good. But I do not think that they are better than the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll say that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that they're better than the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll say that. Yeah. And yeah. So now that being said, it's the stretch. It's the back-to-back teams. Not back-to-back teams. It's the back-to-back. Yeah, the back-to-back teams whom we're seeing. Of course, we're going to see Green Bay. Every one of those teams every one of them except Dallas and Chicago and the Raiders. Those are the teams that we won't see. I don't think we'll see in the playoffs if we made it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the playoff teams that I think that are left on our schedule at this point: Green Bay, Detroit, Buffalo. Yeah, Green Bay, Detroit, and Buffalo. Those are your playoff teams those are the playoff teams that I see on our schedule. Green Bay, Detroit. Okay. Okay. So I see us beating Green Bay. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can see us beating Green Bay, Detroit, and Dallas, in 3 consecutive weeks like that. Okay. Yeah. Chicago's not gonna be a problem, and neither are the Chargers. And the Raiders are just playing they're going for the Raiders. Yeah, we could, it's those last 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? At that point, are we resting players for those last 2 games? That last one game, we might have to play them all the way out. We may not have to. Shit. Hey, y'all, hold up. Blue Virus, what's good? Jermaine Brown, what up, big dog? Hold on. Look, y'all, I'm going over. All right, so bust it. I'm going over the last half of our season. We got 9 games after the bye, right? And we got Green Bay, Detroit, and Dallas. Those first 3 games. We got let's do it in order. Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas, Chicago, the Chargers, Vegas, Washington, Buffalo, and all right. So check this out, y'all. This is what I think. All right, here's how I see it. Right. I think we're gonna fuck New York up this weekend. All right, just because they caught us. They caught us. They caught us on the chin real nice 2 weeks ago. All right, so we didn't see that coming, but we should have, and that's our fault. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Giants for doing what they should have did 2 weeks ago. Thank you. You woke us up. But now we about to fuck y'all up. We're gonna get our lip back. And y'all coming into our house too, bitch? What? Fuck out of here. Y'all about to get y'all asses whooped for real. And y'all was talking shit these last 2 big cash shit. So yeah, we gonna have to get y'all. All right. So that being said, fuck them. Bye week, and then we got Green Bay week 10, right? So Green Bay week 10. Let's look at this. All right. Let's really take a look at this. First of all, we are coming off the we'll be coming off our bye when the first game after the bye is Green Bay, y'all. All right, so sites. Let's see. Trying to see how Green Bay is looking now. I don't see any injury thing. Yeah, they got here we go. All right. Oh shit. God damn. Okay, y'all. My bad. Okay. Sorry. Hey, yo. Hold on. See, I got Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, my fantasy football league. And so this is why I'm kind of listening. Oh, okay. I got you, Blue Virus. I got you. Nice. Hamid, what's good, dog? You know what I'm saying? And Leo, I'm about to roll one too. Nice. Hey, spark that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm already doing it. It was wake and bake today. Yeah, they are. 2 weeks ago. Oh my God, you can't get them to shut up. But that's okay. We got bigger things to worry about than they do. I feel like we should fire Kevin Patootie, but if not, get him some help. Then Howie gets two CBS and BB Edge. We should be able to run with anyone. All we need to do, Jermaine, all we need to do is get to the bye week 6-2. It's saying something about AJ Brown having a hamstring injury. All right, so my business partner told me this at the beginning of the season, that AJ Brown and a hamstring injury was going to be something that he's going to be dealing with for the whole year. Okay, because of the way he was training with them dudes in the off season. He said they should have never had him doing the things that he was doing with them, those exercises. So that's what it's going to be about. So it just has to be managed. Mark Holmes smokes mids. Mark Holmes does not smoke. He needs to. If he smoked, he'd be much more insightful. Okay, Bruce Banner. What up, CZ? What's good, big dog? You know what I'm saying? How you, man? I'm good. I'm good. But listen, real quick, I'm sorry, y'all, because I have to bounce back from different screens and stuff like that. Is why I'm late with answering, with responding to your comments and stuff. Keep them coming. And again, hook your boy up, hit that like button if y'all hadn't. For those of you who haven't done already, it's real easy. But let me go through this because I'm thinking some things. I'm thinking some shit, y'all. And I want to tell y'all what y'all think. Let me get this out. So after the bye, right? We just need to get to the bye 6-2. Okay. And then when we come out of the bye, all right, we have 9 straight games. Okay. Now, here's how it's gonna go down. And it's some bullshit too. We do not have not one back-to-back home game, yet they gave us 2 back-to-back away games. And that's going to be against Washington and Buffalo. So out of the 9 games that are left, we could potentially, in my opinion, we could be at best 9-0, and which would give us a 15-2 record, same as last year, or at worst 13-4. And let me tell you why I say 13-4, which means that we would be 7-2 for the last 9 games of the season, right? And the reason being is because I'm also looking at stretches here, okay? And I'm thinking, okay, we have a stretch where we have 2 away games. Bruce, that dude smoked something. CZ. um all right, so we have what I do know is that we have 2 away games, one against Washington, which is a divisional rival, and then which is week 16, and then week 17 against Buffalo. Now, it's regardless of how good we may be and all this other stuff, if there's one thing that I do know about being in the NFC East, we always fuck around and end up splitting with majority of these teams, particularly when it comes to Washington. And I don't know why. Okay. Like they just somehow or another, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and on top of that, being that those games come at the end of the year, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Them last 3 games, which would be Washington, Buffalo, Washington, being that 2 of them are divisional games, we might fuck around and end up having to play all our starters all the way through, at least for those 2 games. Just to, win out, maybe because we'll need to win those last 2 games to win the division. And then also with Buffalo, because then we may need to win those last 3 games just to have the best record in the conference. So we might have to go 7 if we can go. If we can go 8-1, 7-2 at worst, that would give us, if we were 7-2, that would put us at 13-4. Would 13-4 be enough to win the NFC to get that top seed. 13-4. With 13-4, do that. In order, here's what I think. In order for us to win the top seed in the NFC, we would have to win out 9 and we would have to go 9-0. Now, here's the thing. Look at these teams. It is quite possible we could do that. We really could. But, not likely. Only because of the stretches here that I'm seeing. So I just want to, and we also would need to see how things shake out for these other teams as well. You know what I'm saying? Is Detroit going to be healthy by the time we get to see them? Is Green Bay going to be healthy? Is Dallas going to be healthy? Or healthier? Same thing. And it's the same thing with us. So, yeah. All right. So, Mark smokes that fire ass Reggie. San Fran got a cakewalk. They do, CZ. They do. I'm getting stoned in the company truck. Bruce, be careful, bro. Perks of being the foreman. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I bet. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, let me get to rolling my next one because I sure enough didn't forgot that I gotta I was going to roll up something else too. Anywho, but yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be a very important bye week for us, just off the strength of us trying to what we're going to have to face coming out of the bye week with these teams that we're going to be seeing. Who knows? I don't. Damn. This is going to be crazy, y'all. This is going to be super, super crazy. So here we go. I'm excited, y'all. Let's get ourselves back in order. Can't wait to see how the run game evolves as well. That's the other part that we gotta figure out. I like how they had Jalen playing on under center. From my understanding, I think he advocated for that from what I'm hearing. And so did a few of the other players advocate for themselves. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that they have enough gumption to do that, to think that they can do that. So that's good. All right. So look, y'all, I'm not gonna keep bashing y'all with the same old. I just wanted to tap in, get my thoughts on this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think we're gonna smash the shit out of the Giants for real. I really do. I think they're gonna get their. This is that offense. This will be the game that'll be the offensive coming out. All right. Imagine trading for Chubb and Waddle, Leo. You know what, Mike? Whew. Here's my issue. You know what I'm saying? Here's my issue. How does that affect us with getting Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter under contract? That's the thing. Lamont, the first 3 games out of the bye are crucial wins over Green Bay and Detroit. Will possibly give us the key to first in the NFC. Then beating Dallas may give us the stronghold on the division. That's what Lamont, thank you. That right there lets me know that you see everybody listen, y'all. Stop for a second. Everybody stop for a second. Look at what Lamont just wrote right here, okay? Y'all see what he wrote? All right. That right there tells you how smart we are as a fan base. Right there. Okay? That's a fan. That's an involved fan. That's not unreasonable. Everything that he just said, everything that Lamont said, everybody from other fan bases understand something, okay? Just by reading what Lamont Askew wrote, you are a better person now. You've just been taught. You are better. You are now a better person for having read these words right here. Thank you, Lamont, for blessing the bird section with your word. And I'm being dead ass serious, yo. I'm not even trying to be fucking funny. I'm dead ass serious. That's what I was trying to explain. He just said it in a much more simpler way. Yes. Yes. Yep. So, you know what I'm saying? CZ said for Chubb, yes. Oh, okay. So you think so? Okay. Um, Jermaine Brown said, that's why I said we need solid players for the reason Lamont is saying. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, Jermaine. It does complement what you're saying. Exactly what Lamont said. You're right. You're right. You know what? And I tried pointing this out to a few people before. Um, when I said that you have to remember, we're hold on. No problem, fam. No, okay, no doubt, my man. We can't win with Kevin Patootie and Keely Ringo on the field. Jermaine, I I I I I think what we're doing is we're getting by with Keely Ringo. I think that's what we're doing. And the only reason why we're getting by with Keely Ringo is because here's what Keely Ringo is. You know what Keely Ringo is? You know what he got that a lot of guys on the team that's currently on the team don't have? You know what he is? He's a year two. He's a year two guy, which is big. He's a year two guy under Vic Fangio. You know what I'm saying? The one thing we can't keep doing is jettisoning. Like if we're going to jettison a player, it means something when you're talking about jettisoning a year two, because everybody else on the team is a year one guy. That's what the value of having Brandon Graham is. He's a year two. Brandon Graham is a year two. That's what the other part that they don't tell you. You know what I'm saying? With him coming in. You know what I'm saying? Logan, what up, good? What up, big dog? How you doing, champ? You know what I'm saying? So and with Kevin Patula, listen, I learned my lesson last year. Okay. I'm not doing it no more. I did that shit last year. And when I mean shit last year, what I did last year was I was one of those people who was screaming at Nick Sirianni, and I was mad and I was talking all kinds of shit. Nick Sirianni we got a 14-year-old as a head coach. I was saying shit like that last year around this time or sooner, because this time last year we started the whole run or what have you, right? But what up, Imani? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. That's E Money, not Imani. Okay, E Money. My bad, E Money. My bad. You a dude. I thought you was a chick. E Money. What up, big dog? I'm sorry. I gotta put a little bass in that greeting next time, bro. I'm sorry. My bad. You know what I'm saying? E Money. Word up. We will win on Sunday. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. You know what I'm saying? But I will not. What I will say is we look like a team right now who has a brand new offensive coordinator, just like we did last year. And then last year, it was around this time, is when Jordan Mailata and Lane and them went to go see Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore, and they made whatever fucking changes they made. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, we went on that long ass run coming out of the bye. Remember that shit, y'all? Y'all remember that shit? Okay. Didn't this happen last year? Doesn't this look eerily familiar? Doesn't this look like right now? If you think about it, you know what I'm saying. Look at the rest of the division. You know what I'm saying. Look at the division. I'm sorry, not the. I'm sorry. Look at the conference. Okay. Look at the rest of the conference. Look at the rest of the NFC right now. Look at the entire NFC. That's in particular when you look at what's on our schedule, who we got. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got that many. You ain't got more teams that are better than you left. The thing is that you're probably going to see a lot of these teams twice. That's the thing. It's laid out. It's laid out for us to be able to take for what Lamont said to actually fucking happen. Philly D. It's different. This O line is beat up. Got to get healthy and establish the run. I think Philly D. I think that the run doesn't happen until after the bye week. Really, I don't think we'll see. I don't think we'll be able to really reap the benefits of our running back group until the latter half of the season. You know what I'm saying? How long? The Next Level Sports Lounge. What up, Leo? How long do you think it will take to see Brandon Graham's impact since he's missed all the season? Um, well, there's a couple of things. One, I don't think it's going to. I said temper. I tell everybody temper your expectations. You know what I'm saying? I don't really expect a whole lot from him on the field. But what I will say is that his impact will be what we don't see, which is going to be in the locker room, particularly from a morale standpoint. You know what I'm saying? He does give us a little bit of something. We got somebody on the pass rush. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing too that makes him valuable is that he's a year two person, and a year two person is someone who's in year two of Vic Fangio's defense. That's starting to be a thing. We really need that. You know what I'm saying? So online O-line health is the number one issue. CZ, I'm totally with you on that, and I think maybe we might want to rethink the way we deploy our O-line. Jermaine Brown says, "Hear me out. I understand. I like Keeley taking him not starting, and starting is not helping him. If we make the playoffs, I know we're going far. My concerns is that we are not progressing each game. No. You're I totally understand that, which is why maybe you missed it, but I was preferencing everything on when I first came on, which was, you know what I'm saying, look at who's coming back. I don't think that there's going to be a scenario where there's Keely Ringo who's starting in the DB2 position after the bye week. We need to get to the bye week, but after the bye week, I think it's going to end up being Jacorian Bennett because he's coming back. They opened up his window. So I think this Lloyd Leo. What up, my boy? Oh, what up, Lloyd? You know what I'm saying? So I do think that what I do think is that once Jacorian Bennett is back is actually fully practicing and back on the field, that's going to be your DB2 position. So but yeah, I think that going back to Brandon Graham, I don't have big expectations now once Nolan's ass get back. When Nolan get back, and then and also don't forget Nakobe Dean will have had a few more live fire exercises too under his belt. You know what I'm saying? And his play is just going to get even better. So yeah, we got somebody in the pass rush on top of what we already have. So, give them guys some time. Give them guys some time. We went from 26 to 1 in defense. We went from 26 to 1, you know what I'm saying, in defense. So there you have it. You know what I mean? Lamont asked, you said, as tough as our schedule was and still is, we in good shape considering. And Jalen, I trust. And when the defense gets fully healthy, bring on the playoff. Fucking, you motherfucking right, Lamont. You are motherfucking right. You are 1,000% correct. That's what I've been trying to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not concerned, which is what puts me different than like everything for me right now. Everything for me is about playoffs and positioning. That's all I give a fuck about. Which means the only thing, the main thing for us is, it's always about seeding. All right. So we don't care. The only thing we care about is wins. That's it. Y'all want to sit there and debate all the other shit? Go right on ahead, knock yourselves out. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to win championships here. And we're trying to think about the path. What's the path to least resistance? Okay. And the path to least resistance to winning that championship is understanding that I don't care about the numbers. All I care about is, did we win the fucking game? Okay. So for all you other fan bases who are more concerned with who have all these big concerns about passing and all this other stuff, if none of that shit wins you the game, y'all can kiss my ass. Because right now, all I care about, right, majority of the Eagles fan base right now, our concern is getting that number one seed in, so we can we can have at home throughout the playoffs. We know what we want. We know what the path is. That's the game we playing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to play that other stuff? Go right on ahead. You know what I'm saying? Our quarterback has shown us that he is very capable of playing the position. My man went and got him a perfect QB rating. So that tells me he's capable. No need to have to debate the point on whether or not my QB is elite. He's elite enough for me. All right. So we'll leave it at that. Y'all can sit there and argue about the rest of that other shit. In the meantime, all I care about is that we get the fucking win. Retro, what up? What up, big dog? What's good? He says he's right. Only matters is what you do in the playoffs. Yup. You know, Lamont said, "Fuck stats, give me W's." That's why. In so many other words, that's what I'm trying to say. I really don't give a shit. Amen to that. Right, Retro? I'm just saying shit. Y'all want to talk about how many yards after the catch and all that other shit? Yeah. Does that translate to wins? Tell me, did it translate to, like, does this, like what, if whomever is having a MVP year, does that MVP year mean you going to the playoffs? Are you going to the Super Bowl? Did it get you to the Super Bowl? Then nobody's trying to hear that right now. I feel y'all. I totally feel y'all on that. If your O line can withstand the Giants D line, y'all will win. Yeah. Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? Abdul Clark. Again, I don't. I did not forget the keys to success that the Giants used to beat us in our last game. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I did not take any cues from that. You know what I'm saying? What's the biggest thing I learned from that game 2 weeks ago? One of the biggest things I learned is that, number one, Abdul Carter is going to be a problem for us and you. Okay. For some years. Okay. He's going we're going to have to account for him in some kind of way. Okay. So that I do know. Number two, I think that I also think that Jackson Dart, you know what I'm saying, is going to be it could potentially be a issue too. But I'll reserve that for year two because there's a thing called sophomore slump. You know what I'm saying? And also because of your organization. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm just saying, speaking how I measure things. You know what I'm saying? And the way I'm measuring the New York Giants in terms of like what I learned from the last time we played against them and everything like that is that they're up and coming team. If you were to say up and coming, the Giants are definitely that, and it does start with their defensive line. So we'll see. Retro says sometimes, but the W is more important, no doubt. Retro, I smell Eagles revenge in this one. Me too. Retro. Bottom line, revenge game and Kelly Green. Oh, and I was going to say, you know what? Thank you, Lamont, for reminding me. That right there, New York, y'all already know y'all lost right there. That right there. That right there. As soon as they said, oh yeah, y'all going to the link and y'all got to play them in their Kelly Green. Up, game over. Game over. That's it. Y'all lost. Y'all already know we are undefeated in our Kelly Greens. Okay. There you go. Since y'all like to, since you have people who like to keep tossing out the Madden curse on us, and we keep telling y'all there ain't no thing. Well, then fine, fuck it. We got a curse for y'all too. The curse of the Kelly Greens. Whenever we decide to put those on, we don't lose a game. You ever notice that? You know what I'm saying? I bet y'all ain't noticed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Lamont hit the nail on the head. Thank you, Lamont. Yeah, we in our Kelly Greens. I forgot all about that shit. This. With this the uniform. This the uniform for Sunday. Matter of fact, yeah. This the uniform for Sunday. Thank you, Lamont. Yup. What? What? We are? Oh shit. Bro, we're wearing Kelly Green in Dallas this year. What? Oh. All right, so hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at this. Wait. So that's week 12. So week 8 and week 12 are our man. Lamont. Hold on, y'all. Wait. Let me peep this. I'm in case y'all wondering, I'm just looking at the schedule right now. Okay, I'm looking at the schedule. Wait, Lamont, hold up. Really? Really? Boy, oh boy. Ooh, y'all. That don't mean shit in Dallas. Okay. Lloyd, let me help you out. Okay. Let me help you out. Okay. You obviously are not in the know, and that's okay. I got you. I understand. You know what I'm saying? And bro, y'all done. Y'all are done. I didn't realize the game before Thanksgiving. Fucking shit. Good. Bring that green with you. We'll smoke it. All in good fun. DC for life. Okay. Okay, retro. Okay. The game before Thanksgiving. You ain't never lie. We play November 23rd. Motherfucker. Oh. Y'all gonna get y'all asses whooped. I'm sorry. On the like that's right before Thanksgiving. Oh, y'all gonna get y'all asses kicked. Yeah, this is it. That's it. It's a wrap for y'all. It's a wrap. Lamont, they don't like Lamont. Like I'm telling you, Lloyd. Listen, bro. I get it. I get how you feel, but nah, bro, it's a wrap. Y'all gonna lose that game. You might as well count that as an L, my man. For real. We don't lose those games. Like the Kelly Green games. You know what I'm saying? We're undefeated in those games for like what? How many years now? How many years we've been undefeated in the Kelly Green since they brought them back? Look, ever since they brought them back, we haven't lost a game in them. So however long that is, that's how long we've been undefeated in the Kelly Greens. We have not lost a Kelly Green game yet in however many years since they brought them back. So it's a wrap. Okay, I just didn't know. I didn't realize that. Unless y'all gonna bring in some other corners, we cooking a Dorian Ringo. No, oh, so you don't know. All right, so look, Lloyd, I was just telling everybody before you. I guess you missed that part. So I was saying we really need to get to, we really need to get to 6-2. Like that's we need to get to the bye week. And the reason why I said we need to get to the bye week 6-2, is because Then coming out of the bye week, we're more likely going to end up having we just found out we're getting Adoree. I'm sorry, listen to me, Adoree. We're getting Jacorian Bennett back, bro. And so because we're getting Jacorian Bennett back, I would imagine that we're probably like after the bye week is when you're going to have Jacorian Bennett back at the DB2 position playing opposite Quinyon Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? And even though if you look at um so that would definitely be, you know, the difference. You wouldn't be seeing Adoree Jackson or Keely Ringo at that point. Still not scared, buddy. Oh, three streaking down the field. 88. Oh, three streaking down the. Psh. All right, all right. That like okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, the good news is that we'll definitely have the secondary to be able to compete. You know what I'm saying? Will you? Will you? Will you? Will your secondary be able to compete with ours? You know what I'm saying? You know, because if you want, you should go back, you know what I'm saying, and take another look at Justin Jefferson's numbers against Quinyon Mitchell in that game. You know what I'm saying? I think you should look at the receivers. I mean, like, you know, we all we had to do was mitigate the damage. Okay. They're gonna get their catches, but not, you know, just take a look. Take a look at what Carson Wentz's, you know, completion rate was against a hobbled secondary that's going to be healthier by the time we get to y'all. Nolan Smith should be returning. I know Nolan. I know. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell him. Like, you do realize that's why I said we're just trying to. I'm trying to tell Lloyd we're just trying to get to the. We're trying to get to the off season. I mean, to the bye week. Look what we did. Yep. Carson Wentz was overthrowing him. Leo, come on. Okay, Lamont. Okay, got you. Right. Go back and go take a look at Puka Nacua or Devon. Go look at Devontae Adams' numbers against the Eagles. Go take a look at all the number ones that Quinyon has faced this season. Go take a look at their numbers. Okay. Take a look at let's take a honest look at these numbers here. Okay. Let's be honest about what we're talking about here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Carson Wentz was overthrowing him. Yeah, I said. Yeah, you already said that. Okay. You know. So and again, we're talking about and Lloyd. Remember, we're comparing to a defense that that had players that weren't on the team when we see them. When we see you guys again, you know what I'm saying. There are going to be guys on the team. There are going to be guys on the field that y'all didn't have. Nacua had 112 on y'all. And look at everybody else. Look at everybody else. Go look at look at everybody. So I'm talking about all the number ones. Yes, they're gonna get their numbers, but look at the number of catches. Look at the look at the yards after catch. Look at all that shit, dog. Nuh-uh. It's not. We haven't been that bad. Dak has a loaded team. No excuses. Y'all better win the Super Bowl. Oh, please. Please. You know what I'm saying? They here's the thing. And this is, you know, when we're talking about the Dallas fan base, you do realize we literally live rent free in their head. Okay. They are this is a fan base and a team who is more concerned with regular season stats than they are about actually winning anything. Okay, they're the regular season champions. That's what they want to. That's what they want to be known as, the winners as, because all they do is quote you stats and all this other stuff, but you know, none of it equates to, you know, playoff wins or championships. None of it, like all these stats that they give us and all these reasons why and all this stuff. And it's just like, yeah, Bruce. Like, I'm just like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Big but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Giants up next. Absolutely. Which that's why I keep saying 6-2. 6-2. We can get to 6-2. You know what I'm saying? Then we're at that's the way we should enter the bye week. You know, yeah, Dallas fan base soft and uneducated. You know, I'm always, the next level. Louis says, I'm always concerned about winning. You think AJ Brown is playing mind games with the media? Also, we're wrong about Ringo. He stank. All right, so next level sports. That's Lloyd. I'm always concerned about winning. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And don't say that again. That's not true. That is so not true. Okay, that is so not true. Okay, because everything about your entire line of questioning, everything about your entire way of thinking says that you are concerned about other things and not winning. Okay, that's what you're concerned about, the way things look. You're concerned with, being told that you're good. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't add up to the end of the what the hell? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to 100,000. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this thing someone sent me. I'm trying to think, like, what are you trying to tell me here? Who that is, but okay. I don't know what you're trying to tell me, girl. So whatever. Anywho, going back to what I was saying before. Uh, hey, I would give up my vision just to see one more Super Bowl again. F stats. uh, sorry about that, y'all. The next level. I respond. Hold on. I responded to what you said about Mitchell shutting down receivers. Okay. Steelers, Eagles, Super Bowl is my prediction. Okay. Uh, the next level, talking about Wentz was overthrown, but would say he is a better passer than Hurts. Make it make sense. Jermaine, I listen, Jermaine, when you listen to the way they talk, you would think when you listen to the way they talk, right? And I'm talking about the Dallas fan base, right? They talk like we're 2-5. My 4-year-old nephew told me he likes the Cowboys yesterday. I said, no, you like the Steelers. Good stuff, bro. Salute, gotta run. No doubt, Lamont. Be easy, man. Appreciate you coming by. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I got all these things. Wait, Dallas fans are the funniest every year. It's the same. They haven't learned their lesson. I know. I know. So uh yeah, hey, I guess they just don't realize what the experience is like of us looking at them. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it. You know what I'm saying? There you have it. Well, look, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all any longer than I need to. I just wanted to get the things that I needed to say off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. I don't. Y'all are the Super Bowl champs and are winning the division. I'm saying you bet not slip. I'm saying we bet not slip either. We don't need you to tell us that. We know we bet not slip. Or what? You're not gonna say nothing that we won't say. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's the difference between us and you. We hold our team to a higher standard than you do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna say nothing any worse than we gonna say. Mark is still praising Dak on those high pedestal. He ain't got a Super Bowl. Man, Mike, please. You know what I'm saying? Please. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I think the only reason why it's like that is because who's a better option that's available right now? If the Cowboys were to drop Dak Prescott right now, okay, if they say, okay, Dak, you're released, bye, get out. Who you gonna bring in to run that shit? Right. So they kind of stuck. You know what I'm saying? There aren't better options out there. You know what I'm saying? Not that over a 10-year not over a 10-year period of time, there weren't better options. It's just not right now. There aren't better options out there right now. That's what they're battling against. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're battling against. That's what they have to, you know. So, and they haven't planned, very well for the future too. That's the other part. They haven't done a good job at planning for the future. So we can say that part too. That's the easy part to say out loud too. So it is what it is. All right, y'all. All right. I've been trying to get off for a minute now. So I will I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer, like I said, than I already have. I appreciate y'all being in here. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hook your boy up. You know what I'm saying? Please, yes, Bruce Banner, I agree. But please hit your boy, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all back later on, next time on the bird section. Oh, peace.